attackers. But anyway, we're getting into Kafe now, guys. This is the first round from Kafe.
Yes, and so we do have all of our operator selections going on right now, and any surprises we're seeing? I mean, we have an Echo popping up here on Kafe, which sometimes we've seen, sometimes we haven't.
You know, Echo is a controversial pick for me personally because I've seen him be influential, but most of the time it doesn't have anything to do with his drone. Obviously, 6 quarter, he's bringing Echo on this particular defense because he knows, for the most part, what a lot of teams end up doing on this particular attack is they push themselves through Cigar, straight through the Cigar doorway, and just get over the wooden tables and plant in the corner. And an Echo drone just put preemptively in that position to stop that. Will lend them a lot of power, but I still think it's kind of an interesting, controversial pick. Here on the screen, you can see Yogurt's statistics: 21 kills, 1.77 KD looks like. Ashen Jaeger main. He's just an Ash Jaeger main, bro.
He's just an Ash Jaeger main, bro. No. So he does have a 47.6% headshot ratio, which is, I mean, half your shots getting headshots. That's a pretty good ratio, I'd say.
Wow, an interesting spawn peek coming out for 6 quarter. Just barely a pixel. And in 6 quarter, he is that player, even though he doesn't know even though he does not know there's anyone there, we do. But he is that player that does not, or that always spawn peeks.
He's got an itch to spawn peek. Like, regardless of the map, regardless of the bomb site, you always see him looking at some sort of angle to the outside.
I remember when I used to play in Pro League, I had a player on my team, his name was K9, who did the same exact thing. He spawn peeked every round. I don't know if people on 6 quarter team get angry at him because of it, but we would always be like, come on, K9, stop it. Stop it, K9. Because it would half work for him, it would half not. Sometimes you would get picked off early, sometimes you would get 2 kills. You know, it's kind of a mix-up. When you're spawn peeking, it does kind of come down a little bit too RNG.
So I'm curious on what we've got Thompson doing at the top skylight as Hibana. Right now, she's up on top of the vent, almost looking like she wanted to hop down for a second. And
there is a lot of pressure coming out from the defensive lineup here onto Piano. They are really forcing it out. They have that mirror. They don't necessarily have to play this way.
It's going to be a great gas grenade by Liven, though, dropping Montaigne down to about 40 health and forcing Thermite to take a little damage as well at the bottom of the red stairs. The Tank's watching for the drop into the little cigar closet. Liven has 1 grenade left, and all he's got to do is just pull it at the right time. He's done it. Gotten Yogurts down a little bit.
That's Jugger.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Jugger. Sorry, not Yogurts.
Jugger is, yeah, he's extremely lit. 1 shot to the leg should be enough to down him, and that's really important when you're playing a shield operator.
Oh, a good Valk cam, though. That's at the top of the tree, at the very top of the skylight there. So that's going to give them a great line of view to see up top here. You've got Thompson, who is still peeking down towards the A site. 6 might try to challenge that. You've got, looks like a breach charge opening up the cigar lounge.
Liven with great positioning here, but unfortunately
the red dot is going to give that away.
Yeah.
And so there he goes for it. Got done 1 kill. He goes for the second, but he misses it. And Liven will take down Quantic as Tank gets the trade.
I gotta wonder how he got that kill at all, considering that red dot.
I know, right? And so here's Thompson. He's going to drone out Stitz. It's going to force him to move on out, and now Thompson's going to move in a little bit longer. But again, we see a lot of these red dots popping up. We can see Thermites right now on the coat rack.
Red dots are good, but not when you're trying to play like Smoke was playing. That was not a good thing.
So here it is. Now that the mirror window is going to get opened up, we'll have to see if that will play a vital role into looking into the bathroom and into the freezer.
I don't know why I'm calling them the red laser sights.
The laser sights. And so now Jugger, he's able to push on in, but he's got the barbed wire he's moving through. He might be overextending himself as he is the only one here. Looks like Yogurts is going to take down Tanks there.
And the Echo Drone's going to get rid of that Montaigne
there
shield.
It is, a great job by the Echo Drone. Yogurts picks up a 2nd kill as Styles gets Thompson.
Oh, wow.
It'll be a drop shot by Stitz to then get round number 1 in the hands of Millenium. And that's what you were just talking about right there with the Echo Drone, the Yokai.
Yeah, the Echo Drone doing a lot of work for them, getting rid of that Montaigne shield, but I think that really wasn't I don't think that was the nail in the coffin on that particular round. There were just some really weird mistakes that were being made. For example, that laser sight, it very clearly gave away the position of the Smoke. There was almost no other position that he could have been playing.
Yeah, it was a missed opportunity by the attackers.
It was a missed opportunity and just kind of like an odd oversight on their part. And then just aside from that, they were kind of caught out of position. Thermite playing with his shift key down while he was not being covered from Montaigne, so that's bad team. That's just bad communication, unfortunately. Ash missing a weird shot onto that Valkyrie. Not that it would honestly matter, but just a couple opportunities missed by Barrage early in that round.
Yeah, I mean, for me, one of the things that I was trying to figure out or trying to understand better was Montaigne pushing in through the barbed wire himself. there was still plenty of time on the board. I didn't feel like they were down to the last 15 seconds.
Yeah, they kind of rushed it a little.
I felt like they did rush. So hopefully that that won't be the case here. But again, Barrage now is going to hold that same bomb site in the top of bar.
Peace out, Fizz and Rave.
We'll have to see if they're going to be successful in holding this down. Polo, though, going to head up here on the board, though, with a 33% headshot, over 10 rounds, 6 kills, and a 0.6 KD, which doesn't necessarily
they got 10-0'd.
Yeah.
You know, in their first match they got 10-0'd. So you can't take too much from the statistic boards. This is their day of redemption. If they can put up a fight against Millenium, their statistics will look very, very different after this match. Hopefully after this match.
Yep.
But going into this attack now, we are going to be seeing another Montaigne going into an upstairs attack. They will be bringing a Thermite, but no Hibana, similar to what I think we were seeing from Barrage. Now again, a lot of teams, when they're going upstairs, they choose one or the other. Not many opting to bring both, and I do believe, in my opinion, that both are necessary.
Yeah, I felt like instead of the IQ, they did bring Hibana, because that's how they got open the freezer wall.
Oh yeah, okay, so Barrage may have, but Millenium certainly is not.
Yeah, no, agreed. No, I think they're trading out that individual operator, but the rest all appear to be the same. So what we're seeing right now is basically we've got Montaigne top floor. That's what I like seeing from a Montaigne at the very early on, is being that shield that he can get the view.
Right, the information.
Because you don't need to risk any other player getting a headshot.
Right. No, you're definitely right. When you are peeking that skylight as an attacker, you do very much expose yourself, and he is now gathering all that information like you talked about without exposing himself whatsoever. But Barrage are not trying to capitalize on any such opportunities. They are playing extremely passively, aside from Polo, who is peeking aggressively into the cigar lounge, similar to what we saw from Millenium last round.
Now, we do have a mute coming out of the woodwork here. Instead of the smoke, still holding on to the same spot as Yogurt's last round. There goes the Echo Drone. C4 is going to go blasting and actually take down the Montaigne. That's also Diffuser that has been dropped. And what a round for Barrage so far here.
That is huge. Getting rid of that Montaigne early is going to take a lot of the pushing power away from Millenium and may very well completely destroy their strategy. The Echo Drone doing good work on that Thermite, but I feel like it might be a little bit wasted there, that far forward. Could easily...
Ooh, and the toss up from the drop hatch. Stitz is going to get that shot down onto Barrage. What a kill.
That was Polo playing in the cigar lounge, just a little too static for that grenade.
So here it is, Renshiro now has picked up the diffuser. I'm sorry, no, that is Liven that has picked up the diffuser. Stitz is now holding on to the red carpet second floor as Liven continues to drone top of bar. Now, one of the most predictable spots for a defender to be is going to be back on the A site. There's not many other spots in bar that you can sit. However, Liven moves on forward and takes down Thomas inside a freezer and then progresses into the back of the bar looking for Jugger, but Jugger speaks around and gets onto Liven. Renshiro, though, would take down Tanks, and Stitz will get onto Quantic.
It's all down to Jugger.
Looks like Stitz is going to... Nope, I'm sorry, that is Jugger. Just misses the final shots there onto Renshiro. He hears the movements, takes one down, goes to the red bar.
Oh!
The red stairs, and Stitz will get that shot down, and that will be Millenium taking round number 2.
A very close round, almost clutched out by Jugger. A valiant effort, but Stitz just barely manages to win it for his team in that 1v1. So, an interesting way of handling that from Millenium. As soon as their Montaigne got picked off early, they did not adjust very much at all. And it worked out for them anyway. They simply walked their way through the cigar door and got the picks. It was actually pretty easy for them. They didn't necessarily need that big shield in front of them to protect them from one angle or protect one flank. They just kind of won their engagements. But now we're going to be seeing Millenium, as they did win their upstairs defense, going down to the fireplace, and we'll see their interpretation on that hold.
Yeah, and one of the things we're seeing come out of the defensive squad from this side is going to be Six picking the Doc, which he's typically known for picking the Rook or the Doc, those 3 armored 1 speeds, the slower operators. And I think him playing this way is allowing him to get the peaks and possibly take a bullet or so in the shoulder if he does miss an initial spawn peak without getting too hurt. Yeah.
Doc, I think you're right. It does pertain a little bit more to his play style. I'm still right now in the meta. I'm still favoring towards Glaz, but personally, I would bring both.
Yeah.
Why not both? But sorry, I said Glaz. I don't know why I said Glaz. I meant to say Rook because of Glaz. Now, oftentimes you'll see Glaz down a person. If there is no Rook armor, he'll usually just kill them.
Yep.
But here you can see Sneezy stats, and they're gone.
Good black eye. Hopefully it lands onto the black window and not necessarily the white siding of the building. But nonetheless, though, it's going to give him at least a little bit of intel as to who the opponents they're going to be facing are.
Looks like Barrage is going to be getting their aggression on towards the pastry display, trying to deny the roamers from pushing themselves out the windows and getting some kills onto the backs of Barrage here.
Yeah, now looking at, I want to say, at Millenium, I don't see too many. Actually, I mistake myself. There are 3 roamers up top. That's going to be Liven, and Mira and Valkyrie as well.
Yeah, Barrage is setting up for pretty much typical, unfortunately, the camera not on the black there, but Barrage is setting up for a pretty typical piano take, it looks like. Not much variation here, but they have pushed their Montaigne actually down into the red hallway, which is not very normal.
See, this is where I would actually get Thermite over here now to get that wall opened up, and it looks like
they're doing just that. Doing that. So not so much a piano take, more just a straight up A take. There is the smoke still playing in piano and no attacker pressure at all.
Yeah, there's no attacking pressure at all from Mining Agreement either. There's only one person inside of B.
There's no defenders for A right now. They could plant.
They could get in and plant. Jokerts is the only one trying to hold down the entire site. And he's right now going to take a peek on out, spots the Montaigne.
He can't do anything about a Montaigne.
He can't, and right there with the site, he's going to go in for the plant right here. Tank will go for this plant, and we're going to have a minute and 30 left to go.
There's nothing to stop this.
No time whatsoever, and so here it goes. 45 seconds on the clock now that diffuser has been planted. And right, Tank gets out without...
5-5 and a plant down with, I think, just only 40 seconds or so into the round, maybe a minute?
No, there's a minute and a half left in the round, but Tank and Polo both going to get down Stitz in 6. It's a 5-on-3 at the moment. You've got Jokerts inside of the bomb site now, but will he be able to get the diffuser destroyed? It doesn't look like it, as Polo and Thompson both take down Livener and Shiro. Last man alive is going to be Jokerts. This is the last man on site. He was also the only one on site to start it off. Moves on forward. He'll pick off 1. He's got 5 health left to go, and Quantic just annihilates him with the bullets.
Barrage, what was that? That is not something.
I loved it.
I mean, that was fantastic, but what was that from Millenium, though? Okay, so Barrage's strategy was something that we just don't see. That's the way they took that site is something we do not see, and Millenium were not accounting for it. They had the wall set open. They had red wall opened up to maybe later in the round start countering something similar to that, but they weren't expecting it so early on. And because of that, Barrage just got a free plant, and the round was over.
I was a little confused from Millenium's standpoint. There were already holes in the single wall facing the half stairs. So from red stairs, you've got the corridor, and then there's that single wall that faces the second floor red carpet, the half stairs. That had, like, it looked like shotgun holes in it that they could have held down the window.
And
held down
there was nobody playing it, though.
There was. There wasn't. No, you're right. There wasn't, which is what I'm surprised about.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And so you're going to open up those holes and then just, like, kind of leave them alone? All right, dude, good luck with that. But obviously, it just came to, it was a case of Millenium not being prepared for a take that Barrage executed, because who does that take? We don't see it very often. I want to say it's like an awesome strat and it's brand new and it's really innovative, but it's kind of we don't see it often because it's easily countered. And
yeah, and here's Thompson's stats on the board. One of the things I want to point out is that his most played operator on defense has been Castle, which is who he's currently playing.
He likes his Castle.
It does, and that's one of the things I like seeing. I like seeing teams that try to stretch the meta with Casa, or try to stretch the meta with Castle.
I mean, he's not such a, honestly, it's not that huge of a stretch if you ask me. Castle is pretty viable in a lot of situations. Like you can see how they're making use of him here. I think this is great Castle work. Here he's putting his Castle on the bathroom door, which is allowing his mirror to play freely on her mirrors.
Yep.
But playing him all the time, that is a bit of a stretch.
We'll have to see how their strategy works today, as it's going to be their second attempt at that top floor bomb site. Now, I think we might see our first thermite hatch, or thermite charge on a non-reinforced hatch. However, no, it gets opened up by, I think, C4? Did that just blow? No, thermite did not use it. It must have been a C4, a shotgun from underneath. But Jokerts gets that first kill onto Quantic. That's going to be taking out the Valkyrie early on here, but still 2/3 of the round left to go. And Shiro's going to drone out the top of red, and again, spot smoke. Polo had sat here previously, and last time played the mute.
Actually, that was, I think that was Millenium who was playing mute here, wasn't it? No, you're right. I think it was
Barrage.
It was Barrage.
Millenium played the smoke here, and it worked out very well for him.
So I guess Polo just opting for a switch up, deciding he does not need that mute on this particular bomb site. And I think it's the right decision, as he has been stalling out this Montaigne for quite a long time.
Yeah, so still have over a little less than half the round. Montaigne has dropped. Thermite has also dropped, and I don't. Oh, it's actually going to be 6 taking a bit of more damage than he was expecting to.
He, unfortunately, Polo, though, does peek out into Ranchero. A little bit too aggressive there, but he did do some good damage onto both the Montaigne and the Thermite. 3 versus 5 now, and the defenders are at the disadvantage here. It is going to be pretty hard to hold against this Montaigne coming through the cigar doorway in a moment.
And so with 60 seconds left, you've got Jokerts inside a reading room. Stitz is trying to hold down their second floor red carpet. I like what they're doing here, these two operators downstairs, but I feel like they're exposing themselves, or they're leaving portions of the map exposed on the second floor. You still have some rotation you can do through mining room, through fireplace to get to the red stairs.
I think the way they were doing is they actually did clear that area, and the reason they're playing those positions... Oh.
A little bit of engagement here between Tank and Thermite. That's going to be Ranchero. The nade from Stitz, though, is going to get Jugger. Now some bullets will go through the couch, I believe, but not hit Tank too much. C4 gets tossed out and will not do the damage it needs to. You've got Jokerts and Thompson both down. Last man alive is going to be Tank. He's able to down Ranchero, but he's got Stitz coming in after him from the cigar lounge. Diffuser gets planted. Tank's going to get a double kill here. He's got still 2 people left standing. He's got the Montaigne and Liven. He's going to come on over here and try to pick up his buddy Thomas, as he gets Jokerts down. So here we have it, a 2-on-2. Diffuser has been planted. There's about 35 seconds now. Liven knows he's just going to hold onto the crevice right here, right under the angle. He's going to look for Tanks. He missed the shots, and now he's tucked around behind the bomb site. We've got still Liven will pick off one. Downs him again. Or sorry, that's going to be Tank going down Thompson. It's all up to him. He's going to rush on over, but it gets picked off by Liven with the 5-5-2. Gets that double kill for the win here. It's now 3-1.
Shift does not make you bulletproof. Unfortunately, it was a valiant effort by Tank, but he could not clutch that round out for his team. There was some weird decision-making going on there from Barrage. Like, for example, Take Ninja's pushed into Piano instead of playing off of his Mira. And I get that. I get that because what he was trying to do was get around the people who were pushing straight in through Cigar. There's none of the attackers were trying to pressure into Piano, so he figured he could capitalize on that, right? Wrong. He could have easily just pushed through the doorway into Bar instead and challenged the doorway, challenged Cigar that way. But I don't know. I feel like he went a roundabout way on that and could have just easily done it from a different position, or could have easily countered the push from the attackers from a different position. That is.
Yeah, I did feel like I was questioning whether or not it was necessary to go into that Piano room. But again, they opened. So they, meaning Millenium, opened up the top of red wall into Piano and didn't. I want to say Barrage didn't see them use that for the longest time. So that probably gave confidence to Barrage to move into Piano, thinking, oh, they just opened it up, but they're not actually using it. And then once he got into Piano, that's where he started engaging Thermite.
Right. But now 3-1 in favor of Millenium, and they are going to be on their upstairs defense yet again. This is the defense that has been working out for them in the past. And we're going to have to see if Barrage is going to be able to make an adjustment here. They have brought a Hibana Thermite combo, which is both of the best, or both of the things that they need in this attack. As you can see here, oh, okay, they're gone. I'm just too slow. Yet again.
So, like you said, when you're taking the top floor bomb site, what I expect to see is both Hibana and Thermite. Thermite to open up the wall in Piano, Hibana to get rid of the mirrored walls.
Right, that's exactly right. You only really need the one Thermite charge, but you can't use that second Thermite charge on the mirrored walls because I mean they're mirrored walls.
Yeah. But here we have it again. The majority of Barrage working their way to the top floor. We still have Jugger. I think Jugger is going to work his way. Oh no, he's rappelling up. I saw him hit the window into the bakery. I was like, is he going to go all the way down from bakery and clear by himself? But that is not the case.
Liven playing in a very aggressive game with his smoke, similar to what we've been seeing from both of these teams on this Cigar doorway to red stairs.
Now Tank's trying to get the feet of 6. It doesn't look like he's tapped him just yet, but it's a little bit to scare him off just for a little. However, Jugger will take down Liven with a revolver. A very good shot there, and that's going to allow Jugger to move in with taking very little damage.
Jugger saying, I don't care about your smokes, I just want to kill you.
That's one of the fights and one of the battles and one of the things you have to think about when you are a Montaigne. Do you back out or do you go for the final push when you're encountering a smoke?
In this case, it was the right decision. Obviously, Liven was not expecting it, so caught him off guard. Now we're looking at, they have the Montaigne advantage, but the only problem they could foreseeably have here is that roamers downstairs. If one of the attackers is not in position to stop somebody from shooting up through those floors, you could see in the floor there, or through the floor, you can see those little holes right in front of the Montaigne. If there's no one in position to stop the roamers from shooting through that, then it's going to be a really easy hold for Millenium.
Now, I like the angle that Six is holding on to right here. He's in the bottom left-hand corner by A site. He's looking through Freezer all the way to the coat rack inside a piano.
Right.
So a very long and nice angle. It looks like Six had actually worked out for him as he takes out Thompson. Now, Jugger is half shield at the moment. He should be going full shield and let his team do the work behind him. He just needs to make sure they're not able to rotate through there. But Renshiro with the Vector will take down Tanks, trying to even out man count now as it is 3-3 with 35 seconds to go. Jugger's moving on forward, but the headshot comes out from Jogerts to take down Quantic. Now Barrage is coming up around the white stairs. He's coming very quiet. He might be able to get a kick on here onto Six. He's just got to rush forward. He saw him, gave away his position though.
Oh, no.
Barry Knight has come on out, and Six will finish him off as you both have three defenders left to go against Jugger. And that is going to be the Yokai again, making that shield of Montaigne repel back up, so it's only half a shield. And that will take him down all the way. And Renshiro, though, getting the kill, making it 4-1. It is now match point here for Millenium.
Yeah, and Barrage just getting a little bit too caught up in the same exact bottleneck lanes. And because of that, Millenium is easily capitalizing on the fact that they're pushing through one little doorway. You saw there Polo with that Ash trying to come up from white stairs and get a good flank off, but he just couldn't make it work for him. Got caught in a little bit of a crossfire. So it's just a great defense from Millenium, and unfortunately nothing's working out in Barrage's favor. They didn't make good use, and that's my main problem with this, is that they didn't make good use of that Hibana onto those mirror walls. If they had been able to open up those mirrors and start playing off of the piano angle into Freezer and into, you saw Yogurt's position. Well, who is it? Was it Yogurt's playing Echo? Whomever.
No, it was Six playing Echo.
So
Six was playing Echo in the back.
If they could have opened up those mirrored walls and then started playing onto that Six all the way back in the site, I think like they would have had a better go of it. There was the unreinforced wall, but
one of the things that I've been seeing from Barrage these past couple attack rounds has been a lack of diversification of their operators. They all seem to be pushing from one way.
Well, they did bring...
I'm sorry, I don't mean like a diversification with their operators. I mean with the
way they're pushing.
The way they're pushing. Yeah. They seem to be pushing from one direction. No one's been on the A windows. No one has really done too much from Skylight. No one's pushed from underneath. There just seemed, let's take over red and piano and push in. It seems very
Well, they
static.
did have Polo again coming from behind, but it just didn't work for him. He didn't get any kills from that. And there was no teammate to trade him back, so it was just kind of a failed effort, really. But all the same, Millenium now on match point, and Barrage only with one round to their name in their entire Pro League career, starting this season out.
No, that might have been a wall bang there, potentially hitting Polo a bit.
Oh, so many. No. There's a little bit to the left. Oh, actually, no. Actually, I'm
he
sorry.
might have been in reading,
Polo was,
so.
he was in reading. He wouldn't have been shot no matter
what. I saw that. No, I thought he was going to the half stairs, possibly going down. But no, there's no way those bullets would have hit. But however, you see what Six is doing right there. He's opening up a hole so that he can cover those half stairs from outside should he need to. But what we're seeing right now, we've got Jugger, who's upstairs. He's the only defender. I think Polo might have rotated up as though with him. But Millenium seems to be going for that piano room take, which is what we thought we were going to see from Barrage the last time Bombsight was downstairs.
And it's very, well, I mean, I honestly like the way Barrage interpreted that particular, I mean, it's the one round that they won, right? But anyway, it is a pretty normal attack for any team to take piano, and that's how they push their way down into the bottom site. And I like the way that Barrage is trying to handle this. They're doing the draw. Ooh, Liven.
Oh, Liven just missed
right
Polo.
Next to him.
Right next to him. He's here inside of Freezer. And I don't think Polo knows it. He's still worried about the skylight above. And right there, his headshot comes and Liven finally picks him on down. A little wall bang through, but he misses it. Tank Ninja will take down Renshiro. That's going to be the Thermite going smaller, going long. Now, they don't have any more utility to open up that drop hatch, which is a good news for Barrage.
Yeah, it means that all they really need to worry about is the vertical pressure coming from Sledge. And as long as they can avoid getting picked off, they should be able to hold this.
Quantic's going to give away his position here and trying to open up the doorway, but... Oh, Jugger's here. I'm sorry. Jugger was on his team. I was thinking for a second that might have been an Ash, but no, Yogurts is outside on top of the terrace, trying to hold down that red carpet, just barely missing Jugger, who's exposing himself out there. Six is going to move on forward. He's going to drone it out first so Yogurts can push in. Will he spot Jugger? He will, and call him on out.
So Millenium have adjusted their take since they now know they don't have a Thermite. They aren't going to be able to get through that hatch. They're trying to move around the bomb site and try to look for a pick, but Barrage is not giving them any of those opportunities. With only 30 seconds left on the clock, it's still 4v4, the favor in Barrage.
Oh, and there's going to be Yogurts looking on down the half stairs to pick up Jugger. He spots the murder holes inside a fireplace where Smoke is sitting right now. That's going to hold off a gas for a little bit. There's 15 seconds to go. So a 3-on-3, but it's going to be a duel down and a kill by Tank Ninja Smoke. So you've got 2 left to go. A 2-on-2. Thompson's inside of the train room as you've got Quantic still above. Liven is moving in from the fireplace, I want to say. No, that's 6 actually moving in from mining. He'll be taken out. The diffuser's in the hands of Liven. He's actually planting. It looks like it might be on top of the drop hatch, though. No C4 though to blow it up. However, Quantic's going to go for the fight here, and it will be IQ going down. Liven gets taken out. Thompson will help secure the round 2 for his team.
An excellent clutch by Thompson, and Quantic is going to go ahead and take the defuse. Quantic was staring at the hallway after Liven had planted in the site. What? I was very confused by that. There was only one place IQ could have possibly been, and I was surprised Quantic was not staring in the opposite direction. It freaked me out a little bit. I was worried. But now they have gotten their second round. Ladies and gentlemen, Barrage with 2 rounds in their Pro League career so far. Now they're going to be going into their next match point, because it is going to be match point until they push it to their 4th win. So they're going to have to get 3 in a row here to bring it to overtime. It's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure, but we've seen other teams do it before. So hopefully we'll see a comeback here from Barrage. They've got the last round under their way. They know how to successfully defend top floor. They did it. They know how to now successfully hold the bottom floor.
Right.
They've done it. But here they are in attack. They've yet to win an attack round, which I think is going to be their shining moment here. Their make or break it on this map.
Right, you are. So now, Millenium setting up their train defense, and I'm guessing, now here's the problem. How did Barrage win that last attack? They pushed their way down the red stairs, and they caught Millenium off guard. Millenium's not going to get caught off guard 2 times in a row, not from that same exact take. So, if Millenium set themselves up in a position to easily counter that take, and it is very easily countered, that you have to wonder if Barrage is going to be able to salvage this round, or if we're going to be going to the second map.
Now, previously what we saw from Millenium, like we said, they opened up that
They opened up the
second
drop.
floor.
They came in from below. They pushed into the red stairs. They opened up the wall into the site from the red stairs, and they just got a plant behind a Montaigne because there was no smoke, there was no C4, nobody was looking there. No one from Millenium was ready.
This is bad for 6. Quantic has spotted him out inside a bakery with a punched window. They know he's there.
And he's going to run away.
He will run away out of town. So back up to the site he will go. And here we have it. Now Jugger is moving forward full shield as a Montaigne should when approaching the field. But where's he going to go from here? He's going to go all the way to the top, it appears. And so what we've got now is, again, the majority of Barrage going top floor. This appears to be a different type of push than we saw previously. We're going to see the top-down push, which we were expecting originally.
Everybody expects this particular push, and there is Millenium setting themselves up with some barbed wire, and there are some players upstairs ready to stop this particular push. We'll see if it works out for them, though. They have a Montaigne, so it is going to give them a lot of leverage pushing into these roamers, and they have even Polo playing on the skylight to try and catch some of the players off guard upstairs.
Yeah, we do have 3 defenders now. They're all rotating up from white stairs, and Polo needs to keep an eye on that and help hold down the bar. I believe that is Smoke inside his feet are going to be seen and get tapped a little bit. Liven is now scattered. He's going to go back to the white stairs as that is Mira moving on forward. You've got Stitz here in the back of the stairs. He's going to move on down with Smoke. Mira, however, that's when Shiro picks off 1 kill and a tank. That's going to be the Sledge. I'm sorry, no, that's the Thermite. Quantic has already gone down. And now, again, they're just taking full control of these white stairs, rotating up and down, rotating who's going to go to the top, who's going to go beneath them. So Polo still going to move forward here inside of the Skylight. He finally drops. Thompson's inside of the piano room. Little engagement here. Six sees the shots on top of Ash, but will miss. Polo's going to go for the fight and actually jumps on over the balcony to take down Six.
Six quarter did not expect that. That level of aggression from Polo, especially on match point. I mean, you can't expect anyone to be that confident. Polo making it work to his advantage. Now it's still 3 versus 4 in the favor of the defenders with only 50 seconds on the clock to go, though. And they haven't, the attackers have not established themselves in any meaningful way to take either of these sites. 2 of them are setting themselves up for an A take, or rather a B take, but they don't have Thermite to get through that white wall, so there's no real point. They have the Hibana, but it's going to be very difficult to get that wall open with the Hibana.
Yeah, so now Jugger right now is just trying to bait out and get some more information, but Renshiro picks off Polo. That was Ash on top of the second floor and by the red carpet where he got down 6. Liven, though, will come around and get Jugger down. Last man alive is going to be Thompson. He's here on the top of white stairs. Some gas grenades going to hold off, make him push either down or up. They're still trying to figure out where he is. They've got to make the assumption he's up top. There's 10 seconds left to go. Thompson has to move forward, and Jokerts is going to be there to down him, and that is Millenium winning the first map here on Kafe.
A nice hold from Millenium to lock out that round. Barrage, unfortunately, didn't seem to have a clear idea of the way they wanted to attack. They had a, it's interesting, they hit a Hibana, and they could have opened up the drop above the site. Maybe they did open the drop above the site. I think they did, yeah. But they didn't play it after that. They opted to just push their way down the white stairs after they'd lost their Thermite. I mean, yes, you can get through that wall into the A site with the Thermite, or with the Hibana rather, but it's going to be really difficult to do that and have a Montaigne push through, especially when you don't have control of reading. It felt like they didn't have a clear-cut idea of how they wanted to attack that site.
Like once they lost Thermite, once they lost Sledge, they knew that, okay, we have the hatch open in Piano, or I'm sorry, in Piano 2 train room, but if you've got one person looking through there and another person probably on the second floor trying to take advantage of pushing in, you can't cover all the stairwells back up to site. So he could have felt exposed, and they decided, okay, we need to just take control of a stair.
Right. Right. It's an interesting decision again, but at the same time, you know, if you're going to take control of a stair, if that's going to be your strategy, then why not go for your red stair attack again? You know, I mean, obviously I get that it's a one-time thing, but it worked so well for you. It was the most definitive round win we've ever seen from you guys, ever. And, I mean, that's not saying a lot considering you've only won 2 so far, but it was definitely a well-thought-out strat, and it was well executed by them. So try it again, maybe, you know? If you find something that works, maybe just go with it until it doesn't. But anyway,
so here we are with the final moments of the highlights of this map. Now, a lot of them, as you see, are Millennium. This is one that Liven could have got probably about 30 seconds earlier.
Almost got that second one, too, through the wall.
Almost did. But again, this is that aggression we were talking about. Polo coming on down over the balcony to take down 6. This is the final moments of...
He wouldn't. There was no way Thompson was going to be able to win that last. Because I mean, there was a smoke with all 3 of his smokes. It was 18 seconds left. The
only way would have been if Millennium screwed up big time.
Oh,
and that's not likely. That's not in their playbook.
It would have had to have been really, really massive screw up. But now we are going to be getting into Chalet, which was, I think, Millennium's pick, right?
Yes.
So Kafe was Barrage's pick. Now Chalet, which is Millennium's pick, is going to be. We'll see how it plays out for them.
I mean, one of the things that Chalet has shown a lot of teams is that you can play multiple ways for different bombs, or for the same bomb site.
Right.
So what I'm hoping is that Millennium as well as Barrage can each find a strategy that works for them, because it looks like Barrage is struggling. And I want to see them pull out of this struggle. We know that they're doing well, or that they can do well.
They're capable.
They're capable of it. But I want to see more of it. We saw them win 2 rounds previously. I want to see them win more this time.
Yeah, no, it would be nice for them. I mean, this is their first experience with Pro League, for the most part. Quantic being the only one with any experience on this team in the Pro League. But I really feel like you said, they have the potential to make it here. Now, here's Tank Ninja's statistics. As we've previously mentioned, he's a bucket smoke main. That makes a lot of sense. He's got both of them have high DPS guns, shotguns, and a lot of utility to bring to the team. But as we said previously, Barrage's statistics are not necessarily representative as to them as a team, given that they first matchup they got 10-0'd. There wasn't a whole lot of fight, put up against Sisu. And now going into their second matchup, they are on the second map, so there is potential for them. Well, okay, Yogurts is going to be on the radio tower, and this is something we've seen from Sisu to try and cut off any of the roamers who might be playing in the bathroom. Usually you'll play a Glaz up there, but instead Glaz has gone over to this is
they're turning
really
this
cool.
close quarter combat game into just like a long range sniper match. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's really it's something we don't see a lot of. Oftentimes the way that teams will try to clear those upstairs of roamers is they'll force players in there, right? They'll just put people in there after somebody drones for them.
Oh, I think
And
Thompson knows what to do.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he misses it though. Looks like Montaigne, that 6 is still right outside on the balcony. He knows not to go in. He knows there's a pulse. He was able to bait out one C4.
But that C4 is exactly why those players are on the little towers out there instead of walking into the upstairs, because they don't want to unnecessarily expose themselves, but they still want to clear it out.
Another thrown C4. That was a blind C4. There was no indication from Thompson that, hey, there's someone there. So that was just one trying to say, okay, maybe we can get it. But here's a little engagement between Montaigne and Jugger. Jugger's going to have to back on out. He kind of fakes it, hoping that 6 will go for the plant. Or it's not go for the plant, go for the push.
Oh!
And there's going to be Jugger getting the shot down onto 6, but will be traded up by Liven. Quantic also taking down a kill there onto Renshiro. That's going to be the Glaz outside. Liven gets taken out by the pistol of Quantic. That's a double kill for him, so a very nice job as Quantic now is inside a bar. He's got Sledge coming in from Game Room.
An excellent job on the roamer game from Barrage so far is giving them the advantage in this early round.
Ooh, Quantic is now stuck inside of the corridor, and Stitz is there to take him down. However, Polo gets a trade onto Yogurts. Last man alive for Millenium is going to be Stitz. He's going up to Library at the moment. This is the Sledge making his way into what was previously the death trap for 6.
So he needs to pick up that diffuser and get it to the site. He only has 50 seconds left, and he knows he has to worry about 3 players playing more than likely conservatively all the way back onto the site.
Now you've got Thompson, who's inside of Dining. You've got Tank Ninjas, who's looking down the corridor from Trophy. And I want to say we've got our last, that is Polo, inside of Jungle.
Now the problem here for Tank Ninja, or sorry, for the Sledge, for Steezy, is that he can only apply pressure from one particular angle, obviously, because he's only one person. He's got to deal with the smokes, of course, and every single one of the defenders is going to be staring at him. And there it is. Thompson locks out the round. There's not a whole lot that Steezy could have done in that situation. The first round going to Barrage, and they got to feel good about that. You could see there a little bit of the victory shakes coming.
Yeah, and one of the things I want to point out, it was very minute in that final moment, was Barrage, as well as a lot of other pro teams, when you know a single push, like you said, there's only one person left on the attack side. When you know a push is coming, you're not going to hold many times a direct angle.
No.
You're going to sit tight. You're going to wait till he has to get into sight. You're going to make sure that he's fully exposed, and then you're going to jump up. Because once Stitz or Stitz and whoever got inside of the dining hall, there were so many different angles that he had to watch. However, when he's progressing into the room, he knows where to pre-fire. He knows where to pre-look. But you got to wait till he gets in, and that's exactly what Thompson did.
Another way to hold an angle and still be the one peeking. But yeah, now, first round going into Barrage, that is really spectacular for them. That's got to give them a lot of confidence going into this particular map. This is, of course, Millenium's pick, so it should be in their favor here. But Barrage, they want to obviously make a stand. They want to show that they have what it takes to compete in this Pro League and avoid such an early elimination as their first 2 Pro League matches.
Agreed. And so, I mean, with Millenium, like you said, this is bound to be their map. They've chosen it. They know how to play it. What we're seeing here, though, is going to be a bottom floor hold at the moment.
Right. That is an interesting set of mirrors on those 2 corners. That's going to give them a lot of information, but I almost feel like one of those is almost somewhat useless. It assists in holding blue corridor, or backhaul as some people call it, but it's not really all that important overall. And I feel like they could have easily used it better in another location. However, to each their own. And
I think I know where Jugger's going to be doing here. He's getting into the big garage. He saw that's a soft wall. He's just going to come right in, open it up, make it a nice hole for him to watch through.
Oh yeah, more than likely.
And this is Glaz's campsite for the time being.
Oh, he's not doing it.
I think he doesn't want to give away his position just yet. Wants to make him feel comfortable. He actually saw 6, and there Gives away his position now. Six is turning around. I wonder if Six got hit a little bit. It looks like he's hurt.
Wait, yep.
He's hurt a little bit. I don't know if that was by a teammate or what.
It was likely by maybe an impact grenade somewhere, because it does not look like a glass shot. Even if you're a 3 armor, that at that distance, he did. Right. It looks like he did get hit from glass.
Okay, so here we are. 2 minutes still to go, and you've got everyone downstairs except for Hibana.
Barrage is setting themselves up for a straight wine cellar take. This is very old school. This is, but it works. You know, it's a very effective strategy. There are impact grenades coming from the site to try and get rid of that thermite.
We've got Jugger, who's taken massive damage here inside of the corridor by by the main garage. Now, what we see here by Liven, he's going to be holding on to the little cubby on the backside. Studs is going to get Quantic down. However, Polo is going to move in from the backyard stairs. Throwing in one last EMP, and now Liven still holding on. You've got the smoke grenades being tossed out. 1.5 minutes to go. Still plenty of time for either team to take the advantage. Jugger's moving on forward, looking to get Liven down. He knows he's tucked away behind the reinforced wall, but he cannot get an angle. He actually saw the side of it, but the C4 from Renshiro will just finish off that glass. A 5-on-3 at the moment, still 60 seconds to go. Looks like a little disorientation going to happen to Tank Ninjas. He's going to have to back on out of the kitchen stairs, and for now, that push has been halted.
And Millenium choosing to pick the defense on the basement before upstairs. Seemingly working in their favor here. Unfortunately, Barrage is having trouble taking care of this smoke playing in the closet, which is open.
Ooh, now Thompson C4 will get down Yogurts, but Yogurts manages to get down Thompson in return. The shotgun from Liven will take down Tanks. Polo's going to go for the same push, and right there, you cannot win against a shotgun at that close range on that kind of angle.
That particular position being played from Liven requires one of two things. If not, maybe a couple other. You could either push it with a Montaigne or throw a grenade in there. Those are your real options, and they didn't do either of those. They
when
simply
it's smoke, you only have the option to throw a grenade. Really, I mean, if you push with the Montaigne,
you could push with the Montaigne and bait out the smokes.
Yeah.
But it really comes down to time at that case. But yeah, they did not do either of those things, and unfortunately, the attack did stall out a little bit. They seemed to have a good idea of what they were getting themselves into early into the round, but they just couldn't make it work. They couldn't capitalize on the picks, or sorry, on the angles that they were opening up, and they couldn't get rid of that smoke. And now we're going to be seeing Barrage defending the basement, as they did win that first round on the kitchen trophy.
Agreed, and so I mean, here, what it looks like we might be seeing is some kind of a similar setup. Tank Ninjas in the back of that wine closet, holding the same position, having the reinforced one wall, opening up the little crawl-through space or the move-through space by the cubby. You've got the mirror window, though, is actually going to be on the back corridor, facing, or on the back of wine cellar, facing that large garage. Now, one of the things that we typically see some teams doing, some teams not doing, is reinforcing the wall to the left of Thompson. That singular wall facing the garbage cans, facing that garage door of Snowmobile.
Because if they open up Snowmobile and then they can just shoot through that wall, they open up an angle through both of the sites, which gives them complete maneuverability as an attacking team to choose where they want to go. Now, it's worth noting that, yes, okay, Barrage is playing the open closet strategy, but if Millenium opts to put their Montaigne in a position to simply pressure the smoke out of that corner, bait out of smokes, and then just push into them, then it's going to work against them having that wall open preemptively.
Now, here's a little bit of a roam game happening close to site, but still off of the grounds for the time being. You've got Polo and Jugger, both holding onto this back hallway, back stairwell. Now, fortunately for Millenium, they're not even pushing that side of the map just yet. They're more so focusing on the master bedroom, focusing on kitchen, and this is where going to be where they're clearing out initially.
Looks like they might be setting themselves up for exactly the same take, which would be a wine cellar hallway take. And the reason they're all the way up here right now would be because they are worried about the roamers, which is understandable. However, easily held from a different position. If you put yourself in trophy room, you can hold any and all roamers that try to pressure onto wine cellar.
Now, I believe that wasn't C4 that was forcing Montaigne to de-shield.
I think that was an Ash charge.
Okay. But here we have it now. Quantic still on the top of the, or working his way up the fireplace stairs.
If he just pressed mouse 1, that would have hit. It would have grazed the wood, but it still would have killed the Thatcher.
Ooh, now Jugger's facing off against Yogurts. Yogurts is going to backtrack into the rest of the master bedroom as Jugger stays inside of L. Now, he didn't take too much damage. He can still go for this re-engagement. He's actually will go for the re-engagement as Jugger will panage down right onto Jugger and finish him down. Now Yogurt's still up here inside of the master bedroom hallway. Goes for the shots onto Polo. Polo jumps on over the balcony to get on downstairs. The C4 from Thompson will take out Renshiro and Quantic. Again, you've got 3 roamers upstairs. You can tell Yogurt was not expecting that. Liven, however, will take down Polo. That is Mute and Jaeger down. As well for the attackers, you've got Ash and Thermite. So left to go here on Millenium is going to be 6, who is playing Montaigne. You've also got Thatcher and Hibana. Now Quantic has managed to come on up top. He's going to drop through the hatch that was opened up previously, and Quantic will take down Liven. Stitz and 6 are going to be the last 2 men alive on attack squad. Now 6 is inside of that miniature closet for Wine Cellar. Moving on forward. Looks as though Tank Ninja will be taken out. And here it is, a 2-on-2.
Quantic is in a great position to deny this plant wherever the attackers choose. Oh, but he
turned his back around, and Stitz will make him punish for it. However, Quantic, I'm sorry, not Quantic, that is Stitz, comes around to get finished off Tank Ninja. Tank almost got that shot into Montaigne.
No. Barrage. That round was so in Barrage's favor, and they just kind of threw it away towards the end. Unfortunately, not playing the right angles, giving way to Montaigne, not being able to trade any of their teammates back. Oh man, that was hard to watch.
It was a little bit. You had Quantic, who had the perfect positioning, and he didn't realize that the 2 remaining attackers were downstairs.
His teammates could have easily called it too, because his teammates saw that the last 2 players were downstairs, and that's another situation of Quantic just looking the wrong way. We saw it on his Valkyrie on the last on Kafe. He was staring away from the IQ, as she was the only one left alive. She planted on the site that your teammate's not on. Therefore, ipso facto, by process of elimination, she could only be in one place. And then in this case, again, your teammates had to have called that there are 2 players downstairs.
I feel like, to me, what that shows is either a lack of communication or a lack of confidence.
And it probably is the communication part, just the not being used to the team that you're on. And it's all right to be in that situation, but it really truly is unfortunate. But the important thing about that round was actually the part that Millenium kind of whiffed up a little bit. They were engaging the roamers, and there were a lot of roamers. In a Wine Cellar take, you do not need to fight any of the roamers ever. You can easily hold all of them by simply playing in the trophy room. If you put 1 player in trophy, he can hold the yellow stairs and thus eliminate any of the influence roamers have on your attack. You can just push your way in, Thermite open the walls, put your Montaigne through onto that smoke.
Thompson will take down 6 as he goes for that peek. That's the aggression and the riskiness that we've seen from 6 before, and this time it did not pay off.
Yep. He's trying to get those peeks outside. He always peeks outside, and it seems like seems like Barrage has kind of got figured that out at this point, that they just need to pre-aim windows and they'll get a kill.
Now here we're gonna have Liven jumping out onto the balcony. However, he does not get the kill that he was looking for. He actually takes quite a bit of damage in return from a nade, I want to say. Stitz, however, will take down Tank Ninjas. Trading it off at the moment here, a 4-on-4. Oh, and there's Stitz going again for a very aggressive peek out the window, and Jugger is there to down him and finish him out.
A lot of aggression coming out from Millenium, and Barrage is putting themselves in a good position to capitalize on it.
Now we do have engagement here. Quantic is going to have to decide. He will push through the smoke. Will he go for the shots? He's actually doing him de-shield a little too early. Liven's got 1 more gas grenade to go, and there will be the kill. Liven will get finished off by Quantic. Again, showing that sometimes it is better to push as a Montaigne than it is to fall back.
To be honest, I think most of the time it is. As long as you don't have to deal with any barbed wire, you can simply walk through a smoke.
Yep. Now Renshiro is here inside of L. He's got the castle wall to kind of give him a little bit more eyesight, or to know where he's coming from. But Renshiro peeking out on top of the balcony. He will take down Jugger. That's going to be the glass that was up on top.
Another round where Barrage has the extreme man advantage, but it's been put into a 2 versus 2 now. And while the defenders still at a little bit of a disadvantage with being so lit up, and they do still have Montaigne on the attacking side, which is going to allow them to apply a lot of pressure wherever they want, it's still, it could be a lot easier.
Now, typically in a 2-on-2, you're thinking, okay, the last 2 defenders are going to be back on site. But here we have Renshiro. He's actually roaming around. He's down inside of the Wine Cellar. He could actually pick up Quantic if he moves at the perfect time. But he will give away his position, narrowly nailing some of the feet of Thompson. But here we have it. Still 50 seconds to go. Still 2-on-2. Diffuser's in the hand of Thompson. You've got Quantic, still the Montaigne. I want to figure out where he's at. It looks like he's pushing in. However, he comes around from the fireplace stairs. Renshiro picking off Thompson, and now you've got 2 defenders against one attacker, and Quantic just cannot secure that clutch. Yogurts will take the win and turn it into a 3-1 victory so far. A 3-1 lead.
Another 2 versus X clutch from Millenium. That's 2 in a row. 2 versus 4, 2 versus 4, I believe. And it's just unfortunate to see when Barrage has the man advantage. So it was, and they just cannot capitalize. Or it's not capitalize. Why do I keep saying cap? They cannot lock the round out. They just can't finish it off Millenium. Yep. Those last 2 players always bringing it home for their team. And now we're looking at 3-1. And this is not only this map will decide the match over in its entirety. And if Barrage can't win this, bring it to the 3rd map, they're going to find an early elimination from the Pro League, their first Pro League.
Yeah, and like you had just said, the loser of this is unfortunately going to reach 4th in their division or 4th in their group, forbidding them from getting into LAN. But I mean, they still have time. We'll say.
Yeah.
Not much time, but they still have time.
They still have 2 rounds. If they can win 2 rounds in a row, that'll even out the score. Then maybe just 2 more rounds, and then they can win the map and bring it to the 3rd. We'll see what happens, though. As you can see the scoreboard, there is a pretty even split on Millenium, save for 6th quarter, and Tank Ninjas on Barrage, both dropping donuts as of this moment, but hopefully leading to the rest of this map, they will be able to contribute more. I like that particular camera coming out from Polo, as it is not very commonly seen. A lot of the time, a Valkyrie cam in the lobby will simply be put on the top of the roof, and it's pretty easily spotted. That one, however, very common spot on the tree outside.
Now, what we will see here from Barrage is going to be looks like a 3-2 split. We've got three members top floor. And with that kind of hold, to me, it makes me think they're going to act very similarly to what they did previously when the bomb site was downstairs. They had so many roamers top floor where, okay, you bait out one, you make him jump over. You just have another one to fill that position and another one to fill that position. And
it worked out for them.
It did.
And it worked out for them, but they still didn't win that round because he got into a 4 versus 2, and I don't know what happened. But anyway, yeah, if they can make their roamer game work again for them, get a little bit conservative, pull back to the site, play smart, then they should be able to win one of these rounds.
Now, it looks as though they might have retreated all of their operators and gotten them either onto the primary floor or underneath. But again, this is that Valcam you're referring to, seeing all of Fireplace. You've got still the one outside. Now, here, you're giving the entire top floor to the attackers. Oh, and there's Yogurts, who's able to take down Jugger. However, there's the collapsed Quantic, able to get down Yogurts. Now he's inside of the Fireplace balcony. He does have the ability to rotate around and try to face on Montaigne one-on-one. But again, that is a very risky move.
Now, this is a clear lack of communication between Quantic and the rest of his team. He almost got the kill onto that Montaigne, and that would have helped him out a lot.
Oh, a little bit of a team kill, though. Liven, I think, spotted out the shot from Quantic. Oh, Quantic right there, showing his booty, but he's able to get downstairs in time. But like you said, so Monte got team killed there by Hibana. I think what Liven did, Liven saw him on drone, got on over, got off, and just tried to pre-fire the door, and right there, that's when Montaigne was there.
Right. So unfortunately, as I was trying to say, unfortunate level of lack of communication between Quantic and the rest of his team. Jugger, obviously, the way he was playing, being exposed to that drop, thought that Quantic was holding for the attackers inside of Library. He was not privy to the fact that Quantic was not in position to cover that drop down, and because of that, the attackers got an early pick-off for free.
Oh, now this is good. Liven doesn't know that Polo's inside of here. They don't know that each other's inside. All he knows is that there's someone outside of the balcony, so Polo's going to wait for it. He's going to peek on over here live and just doesn't know it. He's still looking through the drop hatch. His full body's exposed, but Polo is still playing it safe, holding a soft angle. He just needs to stretch on over. He's just got to stretch over and hit A a little bit to move to the left. He'll spot Liven and get the kill and possibly get this round for his team.
Oh.
But instead, there he goes. He finally gets a shot. Now he's maintained control of this top floor. Tank Ninja's going for a little bit of a peek, but Renshiro says no and gets him down. Now Thompson will take down the shot onto Stitz, and Renshiro to finish off the round for Barrage. They're not ready to give up just yet.
They're holding on to their last little bit of hope. They really want to bring this home, bring some more wins onto the board for their Pro League career. And now we're looking at 3-2. Not quite in the Mirage's favor yet, but they're getting there.
I think with Barrage, this is going to come down to stamina for them. Stamina, for the fact that they now, if they think about it, they're fighting for their life here in this match, and then they also have to fight for their life in the Pro League during the next map. And so with that, you've already got Millenium that's like, okay, we've got 2 maps to get 1 win, and to me that's less of a burden that you have to carry throughout the rest of this evening.
Right. Now Millenium, they are going to be defending the basement, and it has worked out for them in the past, I believe.
Yes.
So we'll see if Barrage is able to put a new spin on the way they handle this particular attack. They have a Hibana and a Thermite, which means their options are pretty much limitless. They're also bringing a Montaigne, so anywhere they choose to attack is going to be viable. I'm guessing that they're likely to go for another wine cellar attack, but maybe they mix it up and go for a bar slash snowmobile garage attack. Now, it's an older strategy, but one that we've seen teams do numerous times, one that we've seen teams do numerous times before. And here you can see live in statistics, he is a Hibana smoke main, a lot of utility on that. I feel like I say that a lot, but it is a very utility-focused lineup with Hibana and Smoke. You've got that breaching potential, and then you can hold off for about a whole minute with those smoke grenades.
One of the things I'm seeing, though, from Barrage and their operator selections for this particular round, to me it seems like these 5 operators are more of a strategic set of operators.
So
they're not gun heavy, they're not quick and fast, they're more methodical. They're the ones that you know how to push into a site and get the plant down or go for the kill, go and do whatever. It's not run and gun. But with that kind of mentality, with that kind of operator set, you need to have really good communication.
Yeah, and that's something that we aren't seeing a whole lot of from Barrage. It seems to be their main lacking aspect, is they just don't, I kind of feel like they're not communicating very well. They have gotten the snowmobile garage open, and it doesn't look like they're actually even going to try for a bar take, maybe not wanting to expose themselves. They're simply instead going to smoke it up and challenge the smoke with the glass, and it's so far working out for them, seemingly.
It is, however, the gas grenade, though, looks like that might push Quantic out just a bit. Jugger will shot down Renshiro, but the nade will take down Tank Ninjas. That's their Thermite, but the wall has been opened up. Quantic, though, is very low on health, and I don't know if there's any more gas grenades to the left to take him out.
There's already a bomb planted, so all the attackers...
there is a planted right there. However, the C4 throw will take down Quantic. Another push on out, and there will be a kill, but that was down to the downed Montaigne. Liven, though, will win it for his team here. Make it 4-2.
Oh, no.
And that is what needs to happen. You saw how much distraction there was from Millenium pushing out after they knew, okay, we can go for this plant.
Barrage, no.
That's what needs to happen. That is what a good team will do.
Absolutely.
They're not going to sit back.
That was amazingly well played from Millenium. They knew that in that situation, they were not going to be able to kill all the attackers. Barrage was going to play too safe and not expose themselves unnecessarily and just back off. And they counted on that, and they just stuck the plant. That is... so disheartening to see for Barrage. Unfortunately, I think that is probably going to lack them out mentally. I think that's going to put them in a really bad place here. They are going to be defending Wine Cellar, though. They haven't actually, I think this is the bomb site they haven't been able to win.
They have not. They were close to. Quantic was about to. Quantic came down from master bedroom into the kitchen, got the Hibana looking through the drop hatch, but then turned around at the wrong time and Stitz looked up through the Wine Cellar and got him through the hatch. Yeah,
and unfortunately, because they won their first round on the trophy room, they won't be able to defend it again, which means they're going to be forced down to the bomb site they're not familiar with, and I just can't help but feel like this is going to go against them here. They really did not know how to handle the Montaigne pushing straight into the closet and taking out that smoke early on last time.
One of the things I want to get your opinion on is at the long wall of Wine Cellar, where we see Jugger. Typically what we'll see is where you have those 2 reinforcements, you reinforce the left one, but they've reinforced the one closer to the door. Why do you think that is?
It's hard to say, really. Now, I'm guessing the thought process behind that is maybe if there's a Thermite planting on the farther left mirror. Well, actually, I know why it is. I'm sorry, I don't know why I thought it. There's a mirror on the wall to the left of that wall that they didn't reinforce, so they're just going to shoot through the wall.
Because I was thinking that leaves to be almost a perfect line of sight for Glaz, and that's what we saw happen last time. But again, Glaz just wasn't able to capitalize.
Yeah, he didn't really use it very much. But yeah, no, it is just because of a mirror. Plus, it does mean that if somebody is trying to plant a Thermite charge on that wall, then you can very easily just peek around through and shoot him. So it looks like Millenium is going to be droning their way into the trophy/kitchen area so that they can clear out those roamers. They are going ahead and going for that hard roamer hunt, which is, again, maybe not the best idea on this particular attack. Again, if you are attacking Wine Cellar, you don't have to hard hunt the roamers. You can simply put somebody in a position to kill the roamers as they attempt to, well, be roamers and kill your teammates from behind. Instead, they are going to hunt them down, but there aren't any. As you can see, Barrage,
Polo was up top, but I think he got back onto site, or at least he dropped.
He's in the lobby.
Yeah, he's a fireplace right now, so...
He's playing extremely aggressive, and I think it might work out for him. If he gets this Montaigne, oh,
no,
no,
he's going to peek out a little early, and now Styx is going to go head-to-head for him, but he actually gets a shot. Jugger peeks on out from the bar, and will take down 6, and it looks as though Thermite took quite a bit of damage as well, too. But Polo will finally go down by Liven.
Yeah, that Montaigne being taken off the board so early in this, well, actually, I say early, half the round is progressed already. The roamers making, pseudo-roamers are doing a good job of stopping this attack before it even starts. Liven pushes into the site, though, and gets one easy pick before being traded back by Tank Ninjas.
Now, one of the things I think is good and bad about your in-game leader being killed off, when your in-game leader is being killed off, but now he's got the ability to get on cams and just get a lay of the land and help direct your team.
Make straight-up calls, yeah.
He doesn't need to focus about playing and making calls.
Sometimes in this situation, though, when it's only a minute left on the clock, it's a 3 versus 3 now, sometimes it comes down more to individual player skill than it does to...
Yeah, it comes down to instinct.
Right, than it does an IGL making calls.
So now Stitch is going to move on forward. It looks like Tank didn't hear the drop, and he will be taken out instead of the Wine Cellar. Last one alive is going to be Jugger. He needs to get this 1-on-3 clutch, but it will not happen as Stitch is going to get it down, and we have a GG going on. Millenium will take map number 2, and unfortunately, we will have to say goodbye to Barrage.
Some excellent plays from Millenium, really knowing when to apply that pressure and when to play conservative. I mean, like, just think about the way that Liven stuck that defuse. He didn't risk it at all. He knew it was unlikely that his team was going to be able to kill off the last players outside of the snowmobile garage. And thus he took his only option, his only real option, which was to simply stick the bomb. And it worked for him incredibly well. Stick the diffuser, rather.
Yeah. I mean, it just seemed like